Online, at first when Fox 8 News shared it, everything was real positive, and there was a lot of encouragement, and a whole bunch of Browns fans were saying, we had the same reaction, this was our house, and stuff like that. It was very encouraging. But then once ESPN and Sports Center and Sports Illustrated, once they shared it, that's when all of the trolling began.
Like, what were some of like? And I don't want you to like. What were some of the worst comments that you heard?
Um, I think the worst to me was the ones that were about my 2-year-old son,
Yeah.
because they were saying how terrible of a name that we gave our child, and they said that that we were inbred, and our child, it was horrible. I mean, those were the worst, was about my son. But then it went on to saying, talking about the way I talked, and my husband's receding hairline, and it was horrible.
And it's like,
Saying we were dumb and idiots and losers and fakes, and that it was staged and we were liars. There was just so much.
so physically, like on your Twitter account, and folks just like being like, what were on Twitter and Facebook and everything, or where was it at?
It was on Twitter and Facebook. The worst was on Twitter.
So did you have to like block? Did you respond to these people before, or did you kind of let it go?
I was able to contain myself for most of it until, I responded to some people that said, like, how horrible of a name my son's name was. And I had said, like, oh, I think it's great. Thank you. Or those response, or, when somebody said, that only Browns fans name their kid Hudson, or he's going to divorce you, because I had kept asking, what's happening? Like, what's going on? Everyone's saying, he's going to divorce you because you don't know what's happening in his life. I honestly was able to contain myself for most of it. And then finally, Twitter gave me the option to filter out people that I don't follow. So I was able to mute all of these accounts.
For something like as genuine as your husband just being excited about the Browns like trading for one of the best players in the NFL, his reaction, I mean, like, did you expect the negative reaction to this? Because this is crazy to me.
I know that if something is going to go viral, or if something has been shared multiple times, like, I understand that there's going to be trolls, but I never, ever imagined that it would get the way it is.
Have the Browns reached out to you at all?
Well, Odell tweeted and said that this touched his heart and that he will give everything he has.
That's so. How'd
So
that make you
that
feel?
was fun.
How'd that make you feel?
It made my husband feel great. He said all the negative comments, it was worth it.
That's awesome. And I'm just trying to think what else. Like, what have the conversations been with your husband when it comes to like the negative comments and stuff? That had to have been kind of a little angst in the household, maybe, or no?
Um, Honestly, the jokes about his hairline, he laughed. And it was mainly the stuff that was about my son, and then saying that it was staged, because, I mean, we did not stage this at all. And so we were talking about, like, how do these people think that this got staged? And, like, we were trying to go through it, but I'm like, I don't know. Like, it's just people, that's what they're going to say.
All right, that's